Welcome back to Grit, Grace, and Growth. I am Laura Navaquin, and today we are addressing the common question: can I invest in real estate with having a full time job? And the short answer is yes. Yes, you absolutely can. So, there are several strategies in real estate investing, which I've shared with you briefly in the past. Some that require 40 hours a week, while others really only a few hours per month. So, it really depends on you and the strategy that you choose, and also how involved you want to be. Also, holding a day job or having steady income could be beneficial for you in several other ways, especially in the beginning. First off, let me share with you. First off, having steady income or a day job, you don't necessarily need to live off of the earnings from your investment cash flow. So, this makes it easier for you to scale your investment portfolio quicker since you don't need to live off of the income to support your living needs. Second, also maintaining a steady day job can make it easier for you to get approved for bank backed financing if that is something you are looking to pursue, as lenders often look favorably on having a steady income when evaluating your loan application. Third of all, I share this with my students very frequently. Investing in real estate full time might not be for everyone. Life is too short to be stuck in a career, an industry, or an employer that you are not satisfied or content with, or, don't get up and enjoy going to work every day. Okay, let me rephrase on that. You're not necessarily, I really don't believe you're necessarily going to love working or what you're doing every single day, day in and day out. But I really do believe that you should enjoy what it is that you're doing for the most part. There are going to be some of those days that are a little more challenging, bring on some headaches or frustrations, but ultimately, are you content and happy with what it is that you're doing and how you're contributing day in and day out? What brings you joy? That's what you should be doing. If it is real estate that you have a passion for, then yes, go ahead, run for it, make it a full time career. If not, it can still be an excellent way to build wealth, stay for retirement, or fund another entrepreneurial endeavor that you may have. All right, let's slow down here. Story time. Let me share something with you. When we got started in real estate investing back in 2015, our initial goals were to pay off student loans, travel quite a bit, see different parts of the world, and eventually fund a destination wedding with 3 days events. So, of course, the main day wedding celebration, but also a welcome dinner and a send off brunch the next day. Also, since it was a destination wedding and we had our wedding party to travel out and celebrate with us, we wanted to be able to comfortably cover the cost of many of those things, many of those additional costs, such as their lodging or, their tuxedos that we were asking them to wear, the bridesmaids' dresses, and so forth. But as we added to our portfolio, we began to not only be able to cover our living expenses and some of those additional luxury costs that that I just mentioned, but also build for long-term wealth to be able to fund and save for retirement, also set up nest eggs for our children, and create financial flexibility. This allowed us to be able to choose when, where, and how we spend our time instead of being tied to a 9 to 5 job. No, I'm definitely not advocating for everyone to leave their day job. It's not for everybody, nor did I for nearly 8 years after we got started in real estate investing. Why? Because I absolutely loved my career. I was fueled by it, and I feel like I grew. I really believe I grew within the roles that I earned and the teams that I led. It wasn't until later, after having our second child, our daughter, that some of my priorities began to change and just where I wanted to spend my time or have the flexibility of where I spent my time. I also didn't want my income to be dependent on my job. And what it really came down to is that I believed in my capabilities to take on the challenges of fostering growth within our personal endeavors, just as I did in how I succeeded in corporate America. So, applying those same skills that I learned and those same lessons, applying them to our personal endeavors and seeing how we can grow and achieve our personal goals. So, also, yes, I may be one of those very few people who absolutely does love working, but I love the flexibility and freedom to be with my children on my own terms. For us, real estate not only provides an income, but future wealth through real asset building and also funds other entrepreneur endeavors that we are planning and pursuing, which are not related to real estate investing. So, if you want to remain working full time and invest in real estate, it absolutely can be done and can be for you. Let me share a story about one of my students. So, she took on some of my courses. She's in our community that leans on one another. It's our network community. A little background about her: she is a veterinarian and she absolutely does love her work. She purchased her first property last year. Excuse me. It was actually a multi-unit property in California. This was a success for her. I would deem it a success. It brought in monthly passive income and was building wealth as it appreciated, as the asset appreciated. But just in 8 months, through a 1031 exchange, she sold it, taking on 21% profits of equity through the equity, and reinvested in 4 separate multi-unit properties in Virginia where the cost was a little less. She was able to do that. And through the 1031 exchange, where you're able to repurchase a property of the same equal or greater value and also have those tax benefits. We'll go into that a little later. But she was able to purchase 4 multi-unit properties in Virginia. So now they are managed through a management company, allowing her to stay minimally involved while continuing to work as a veterinarian, which she loves. Did I share? She loves being a veterinarian. So, as the moral of the story is here, yes, you can absolutely invest in real estate while having a full-time job and still be highly successful within it. And that's only the start for her, really. She's only been a student for about a year now. Jumped in, acted on it, bought a property, was doing quite well in it, and has now since already acted to scale that to within a year. So, I have plenty more stories to share with you, and that's it. But that's it for today's episode of Grit, Grace, and Growth. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share with anyone you think might feel this is beneficial. Join me next time as we explore more strategies to help you succeed in real estate while balancing a full-time job. And remember, with grit and grace, you can achieve incredible growth. Until next time, keep striving for your dreams.